Welcome. Thanks for joining us today here in Omniverse Create. We're going to be looking at this welding cell, and here I'm going to show you the animation sequence. So we're going to play this animation, and what you're going to see is that we've taken the motion from these robot arms straight from visual components. That's actually what they use to program the arms for the manufacturing floor. And we've incorporated them in our Omniverse scene with a combination of all kinds of other assets, including the Revit Warehouse, all the railing and components, including CAD files. And so what we see here is the animation playing, the roof of the car being welded on, and the next car kind of sequencing in place for its turn. And what makes this so compelling is that we have this quick and easy way for us to lay out and show the process of these 5 particular robots and how they all work together to achieve this part of the manufacturing floor, this part of the factory floor. From here, we can tell a story via waypoints, and we can record all these different locations so that we can dictate, illustrate, or have a conversation about things that might need to change for this next production run. Seeing this visually in 3D and being able to combine all these assets is really something we've never been able to do before up until now. So let's talk about how we might integrate some sort of move options. So here we have this gate, and maybe we need to add an extra robot. There might be enough room for us to add an extra robot like right here on this stage. Let's see how far we can get to that line. In fact, it might even be valuable to know how much room we have. For that, we can click on our measure tool, figure out, if there is enough room, right? I'm clicking 2 points and wondering, hey, can I fit this next robot in here? Sure can. Let's give that a go. We're going to select these gates and very quickly and easily move them over to give us enough room to duplicate another robot. And what's really cool about this too, right now I'm doing all of this locally. But if I wanted to collaborate with my teammates, I could take this session live, create a session, add a whole bunch of people in here so that we can talk as a group and as a team about the things that we need to change for the upcoming production run. Let's go ahead and take a look at that workflow now. All right, Jay, thanks for joining. I need your expertise. I need some of your guidance reordering this cell. Could you jump on a live session with me and we can take a look?
Yeah, it sounds great. Let's do it.
Okay, I just created a new session called Reorder. You mind joining?
Okay, let me join that session. I found the session and now I'm joining.
Yeah, I see you here.
Yeah,
Very
it looks
nice.
like I'm in. Great.
Okay, look, I think we need to add another robot to this cell for the new production line, and we need to make some room. I'm thinking the first thing that can go here is this little cabinet.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an eyesore. I agree. Let's get that one out of here.
Cool. We're gonna have to have another robot controller. So we have our little controllers that are already there. What do you think about just adding another one sort of here at the base and putting it, like nesting it right next to this other one here?
Yeah, that could work, but let me give you another option. Why don't we try sliding one of these over like this so we have a nice 2 stacks of 3, something like that. How does that look?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's probably better. What did I think of that first, right? Yeah, let's leave it like that.
Okay, cool. Now we got to look at the robots because we got one more controller now, right?
Yeah. Jump over to waypoint 2. I've saved a view so that we can talk about that.
All right, let's take a look. You know what I'm thinking? This podium here, let's just use that spot. So I'm going to hide that podium and maybe we can just duplicate one of the robots and, do a new layout.
So like which one do you want me to duplicate? This one right here maybe? Like is this what you're thinking?
Yeah, okay, I see it now. That's great. That's perfect. All right, let me fly around the other side of the setup and I'll make sure the layout works from a few different vantage points. All right, looks good from this side. I like having that cabinet removed. And then all the way around on the other side. Oh, perfect. I don't see any visual barriers. This is going to be a great layout. Nice stuff.
All right, cool. Well, let's get this approved so we can get this taken care of on the shop floor, yeah?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Adam.
All right, thanks for your help. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, later. Bye.
Being able to quickly and easily move, duplicate, and add components on the fly makes Omniverse Create and Factory Explorer valuable solutions for those collaborative workflows. Now, you might be wondering how we can navigate inside of Omniverse. Well, there's some really fun ways. First off, we can right-click and then hold WASD to kind of fly around the map. Fly around the floor, take a detailed tour, or have those tough conversations about what lines need to change, what lines need to get updated, deleted, or removed. Next, let's take a look at some easy ways to navigate as well. We can simply select the car, strike the F key, and we're zoomed in. And that works for just about every component. Navigating the factory floor has never been easier. While we're here, we might want to add some detail to these robot arms, make them look even cooler. You can see that Visual Components is lacking a texture on this raw data. So we can simply select this orange cast metal that we've created and add some texture to it. There we go. That looks better. Note that because that orange color is used all across the stage, each one of these robots gets updated simultaneously. Let's take a look. Nice. Looks good. You can see we have these rail assets that are around the floors, and we need to add a couple more. These corners are missing a few. So let's go ahead and search for our assets. I could duplicate this, but I want to show you just how easy it is to add your own. We'll go to NVIDIA Assets, type in rail, locate our corner rail, and drag it and drop it into our scene. Quickly scale it to the right size. We're off to the races. A quick rotate here, and we really told the story. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to load in some SolidWorks assets. In fact, we can load in all kinds of CAD assets: SolidWorks, NX, PTC Creo, CATIA, Fusion, so on. So here we're going to find our OV logo, and we're going to choose to import that. We're going to File, Import. And one of the cool things is that we can enable a multitude of types of CAD files, like Parasolid files, SolidWorks, STL, Autodesk, CATIA, and so on. Just by simply selecting and opening, we can integrate those CAD files into our Omniverse USD data, the Omniverse scene, and make them a part of our factory floor, render, etc. Now that we have our CAD data in our scene, we can go ahead and move this over and place it on our wall. There we have it. SolidWorks CAD data directly imported into Omniverse. Now sometimes we need to streamline communication by creating a video or YouTube kind of tells the story about our particular product. So we're going to take this initial camera animation, make a couple changes. Let's see what it looks like currently. Here we have each one of these kind of keyframes that tell us what's going on. Now we have this very long, lazy curve to kind of get us to the point, but you see we've missed half the animation sequence there. So let's go ahead and create our own keyframe to kind of bring us into the detail faster. We'll just go ahead and zoom in, navigate around until we find something we like. Okay, that looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and capture that keyframe. Make that a focus point for this 600 frame second, but we don't want this thing to move this entire time. So we're going to put another hold keyframe right about 800, 900 seconds, I think. I'm simply going to copy these keys on this right-hand side, choose to copy them, and then paste them at this like 800 second interval. There we have it. So if we mouse through this animation again, we have this trekking into the cell, then we have focus on the actual welding, followed by a hold frame so we can actually see what's going on, and then the movement out and away to complete the story. If we wanted to do one better there, we could also select these keys and choose to smooth in and smooth out. Let's take a look at that. Nice. Now we're not done yet because it wouldn't be complete unless we actually showed a flyby, a fly-through. Let's buzz the tower, if you will. Let's take a look at this flyby animation that I created. Starting kind of hidden. Let's play and see how we like it. Peekaboo, here's the cell. Wow, this is how big this environment is. Let's kind of fly up, away, and through. Take a look at the detail as we merge through the cell. Striking a pose at each one of these KUKA robots. And on our way outward, just to see how big this environment actually is. Keep in mind, this is all rendered real time. This is all done live right here on the screen. And out the window into the environment, you see the cloudy sky looking back at the warehouse from whence we came. The flyby animation. Now to wrap this up, we're going to talk about our rendering solutions. The first is I've been operating in this real time with active denoising. You might have seen some pixelation, some blending. These are all optional settings. You can have it blend for you automatically or not, but real time is the workhorse. And if you want to make things look absolutely beautiful and stunning, we have path tracing. You can simply turn this on. You can see the light tracing and light calculations begin to process and start to render to that beautiful image, that beautiful light traced image on the screen. Now, of course, we can capture all these animations that we've done and render them either locally or via a render server. Let's take a look at some of those animations now. All right, now this first one we're looking at is the camera one rendered in the real-time render mode. What we're looking at here, I mean, it's visually appealing. There's all the pixels have been blended. Everything looks like it's supposed to. It's telling the story. The really cool thing is that this thing rendered in less than 3 minutes. Now we're going to step to an example of the path tracing. The lighting and reflections look a little bit better at a cost of rendering in about 7 to 8 minutes. And here's the rest of the video in real time just to kind of sew up the story. Hey, my name's Adam Hughes. Thanks for joining me on this adventure through Omniverse, where we are revolutionizing the way we create the future.